Let me ask you, is it possible that Dean could have like a particular connection to the darkness because he was the one who carried the mark, or is he just as much connected to it as everybody?
Great question. Great question. And where is the mark? Is the question too. Yeah. So there's certainly some questions, some big questions that need to be answered as far as how, why, what, when, where, what's going to happen. Whether or not it becomes some sort of an interconnection because Dean did wear the mark and now the mark is essentially the key to whatever this was. There might be a connection. What, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in the first 4 episodes, but there have been some flashes of things that Dean, some premonitions, so to speak. I don't think, and I hope he doesn't, because I'm kind of done playing the guilt that Dean feels. I think he's over the guilt. I think it's like, look, I made my bed. I'm going to lie in it. Like we've got the darkness. The mark is gone. You don't have demon blood. I don't have a mark. Like we're back to normal. We're in the car. We're fighting a common target. Let's just deal with it the way we always deal with it, and keep pushing forward. And so I'm excited about what that scenario and what that gives us as a story. What we're going to be dealing with, I'm not quite sure yet.
So can death be killed, and what are the repercussions of at least the attempt?
Good question. That's actually what I asked when I read the script. I'm like, can this happen? And they said, well, we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna deal with that and what the repercussions are. Obviously, the repercussions of the mark, we have the darkness. What the repercussions of killing Death are might play into that. So.
Can you talk about Sam and Dean and how they're going to be, acting with each other this season?
Well, like I said, it's they're not afflicted with anything. They're not fighting to save one another. They are fighting together. They're whole again, and they've got a mission. And I think that's going to lend itself to a much more kind of season 1 relationship. They had a common purpose. It was to find Dad. Now they've got a common purpose. It's to figure out what this is, how they're going to deal with it, and do that. And so I feel like it's going to be a much more brother-centric kind of show this year.
Can you tease a little bit about what resources or people that they might approach to find out about the darkness?
Well, I know that I think there's going to be alliances made that probably wouldn't have if something this big on this scale hadn't happened. Who those alliances are, I don't know. But from what I understand, they wouldn't be an obvious choice for an alliance. So I'm excited to see who or what that might be.
Can you tell a little bit about the episode you're directing? Like what'll be going on in that episode?
So it's a bit of a expositional episode. It's moving the story along as to what the different factions of the storyline is happening, where they're going, what's going to happen. There's a lot of information divulged in our episode. There's some things happen to a few characters that may or may not be good for the story. I'll say that. It's the 3rd episode, so just whatever's been happening has been happening for 3 episodes. So it's time for some things to occur, and there's a few things that do occur.
Will there be a line about the loose chesters in that episode?
God, I hope not.